Because you're fueled off of anger.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Are we starting yet? This is exciting stuff. Oh, okay. That's cool. You think I'm fueled off anger?
You're fueled off of anger. Like, you like confrontation. You need
Really?
it. Yes. You're the biggest. You're one of the most competitive people of all fucking time.
Wait, are you basing this off of me as a person, or
knowing you for like almost a decade?
Me as a group texter. Because my group texting is like, I don't know what it is. It's like a fucking.
It's your inner monologue.
It's mainly like a character to annoy the hypocrites on our podcast or on our group text who go, you know, I don't have any money. You want a job? No. But anyway, I like this take.
You're like, in comedy and in basketball, you're supremely confident in your abilities.
Yeah.
And it's like some Michael Jordan shit. Like, you need an enemy. You need something to conquer and crush and kill.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't know. When I asked you last week, I was just like, are you the type that wants to be talked down to or coached up? And I was a little bit surprised that you said coached up, because I kind of felt like my initial tactic was just like, I don't think you're going to fucking be able to do it.
Yeah.
I thought that would really motivate you to just be like, yeah, you're not going to be able to do it because you can't like fucking drink for like 8 to 12 weeks. Like, you can't really have a 30 beer night. Noah Savage can't do that.
See, right now, because you are describing it this way, I can run through a wall right now. I'm like, what? I don't know. I think I've been coached both ways, but that's an interesting take. But you said you had other observation for week one. We should say to the audience, number one, week one, I'm down 5 pounds, 281.5.
Yes. Give it up for Noah, everybody.
And you're creeping around my MyFitness, so you see exactly what I eat.
See exactly what you eat.
Basically, at the end of this, I'm going to be on a leash, and you're going to be whipping my bare ass. And I'm going to be like, please, sir, can I eat? And you're going to be like, no. And
That's going to be Patreon.
Yeah.
Whipping your bare ass and making you eat fucking dog food on Patreon.
It's very BDSM or whatever that is right now, you know?
Well, I think we formed a nice relationship. For those who don't remember last week, 300 grams of protein was the deal.
Yeah.
Now, you initially started off the podcast by saying, my body is yours. Whatever you tell me, I'll do. Yeah. Then I said, okay, 300 grams of calories, or 300 grams of protein, 3,000 calories. You immediately went like, well, what about 2,800? And I was just like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
You went against my recommendation a little bit, but you did do a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Doing exactly what I wanted you to do, which is to eat a shit ton of protein. How do you feel?
So, number one, I want to address the first thing, the 2,800, 3,000, which is that it's almost like when I gamble, I go, all right, I got a $300 buy-in, I got a $300 buy-in, and then I got an emergency 200 if I really need it. So it's like 2,800, but if I'm really hungry, I'm going to get to 3,000. I'm still under. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I need that. Otherwise, I get real anxious. Like, fuck, I'm at zero.
That's something that I'm learning with people. It's different. Like, I like precision. Like, I like to know exactly what it is so that I can hit exactly. Like, I don't like cushions.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be somebody that you tell me, like, 5:15 if you want me there at 5:30. Like, tell me 5:30. I'm going to try and hit 5:30.
Yeah.
But with you, giving yourself a range that's smart. 200 calories, nice range.
So then the second thing is that I went home, I got incredibly sick Friday. Thursday night into Friday, I've been fever. So like, I actually had very little appetite. Day one, it was really hard to stay under 3,000 calories. And then day two, I found it incredibly easy because what happens is you start fitting together a puzzle where you go, all right, if I eat this, that's 800 calories, not even that good. So I started making these like egg white, a little bit of cheese, big tortilla, these like giant tacos. And like, you just kind of like make 60 gram of protein meals that are like super high protein and like good. So by day two, I was like, this isn't that hard to not eat this much. And I've no desire to drink. But that being said, I was like sweating through 5 shirts a day, like 100-degree fever. Some people would have literally eaten like 500 calories a day, but I'm like fat enough to eat through even being sick. You know what I mean?
I'm very proud of you for doing that because I could maybe sense that you wanted, I don't know, some sort of, I didn't want to deviate from the plan at all.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to tell you because honestly, eating protein is great when you are sick.
Is it? Because all I want to eat is noodles and juice. And like I had a little
carbs.
Juice and I had some noodles, but then I would like pound a protein shake, and honestly, I would feel terrible afterwards. But I just had a big chocolate protein like shake on the way today, banging.
And you feel sensational.
You got to have the shakes then you get a little treat, and then you go, oh, okay.
So you need treats, and you need like fucking boundaries. You need a 200 calorie. Okay.
Like I'll need a little leeway, like a cushion and a treat. And then the other thing is that I have had no desire to drink, and I've been, I think it's like 13, 14 days today. And I passed that initial barrier. But again, I haven't been socializing because I've been sick as fuck and like laying in bed. So we'll see.
I think, well, no, I mean, you can clear 13, 14 days. I was very, very, very thrilled with how, like, to a T you did the diet, how methodical you were. By far, out of anybody that I'm coaching right now, and I'm coaching about, like, 10 people right now, you hit your protein target way better than everybody. There are other people that are good at counting calories. There are other people that are good at logging regularly. You logged everything, but you killed the protein target. And the goal here is what you found was that it's really hard to eat 300 grams of protein and still be full. I mean, we're going to...
Well, and not go... I could eat like 4 rotisserie chickens in a day, and then I'd be at like 8,000 calories. So it's really hard to eat that much lean protein, because I would take a packet of steak, and I think I texted you this, and I'd be like, this is me eating a normal night. I eat this packet of steak, which was 900 calories.
$21.
And then I would eat a big salad, and I would just toss the olive oil in. So it's a big salad and steak. It's healthy, easily for, 1,400 calories? And then I go, I'm a little hungry, maybe a peanut butter and jelly sandwich too. So every night I would measure out my little cheese, measure my wiener, and then make my little quesadilla. The other thing is you save the meals and you just make the same shit every time.
Yeah. Well, and you'll get tired. So like you go through like 6-week phases where you'll just like hit the things and then you'll find something else. Yeah. I thought it was hilarious. You texted me the next day. You're like, bro, I didn't realize I've been eating like 5,000 calories a day.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Here's what happened is that I did keto, and then I was like drilled into mine like fat is good, butter is good. Yep. But then I just stopped doing keto, but I kept the butter.
Yeah.
So like my fat number, I would hit like real early, and I wouldn't hit the carb number like almost ever, which is surprising to me.
Yeah.
So I was kind of doing the opposite. What I should have was like really calorically dense shit.
Yep.
And not enough like, I don't know what the other word is, like, like big but not calorie dense, like physically big.
That's what happens.
Volumetrics. When
you get to. When you've done fad dieting for years, you start to mix them up in your head nonstop. And it gives you all of these bad habits stacked up. That's why, like, I have a bunch of people asking me, like, oh, intermittent fasting, or shouldn't I be eating vegan? It's just like, I don't give a shit what you do. Yeah. Any of those things can work. But what I think that everybody should do is track. Right?
Yeah.
If like you're vegan, you need to be tracking your protein, and you need to get enough protein in.
Like today I had to work lunch. It was really hard to track. I did a grilled chicken sandwich. It had some stuff on it.
But you do your best. I
threw out half the bread, so I had double chicken, big-ass chicken sandwich. And I said, all right, this is probably like 3/4 amount of chicken, little roll. But I'm with you with tracking, but it's like, everybody's like, God damn, I got to track another. And I got the damn Whoop on. It's tracking it in my sleep. It's like,
yeah, you got to fucking track. Yeah,
do we ever get a break in life?
No. And you don't deserve one.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to go on fucking vacation.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to fuck off. It's just like, that's one way to live life. Or you can just be intentional with everything and start to dominate all these arenas of your life. That's
true.
The thing. That's why I'm selling some culty mindset stuff on the side.
Yeah.
Because you have to want to take control.
Be present.
You got to be present. You got to be like Chet Hanks and be completely in control of your life and your emotions.
You ever on stage, and this is something I did. This is related to being present, and I'm not Mr. Great comedian, but you get on a riff for a crowd work and it's killing.
Yeah.
But I had this little voice in my head that would be like, you have to get back to the material. Get back over here. But it's like, why? They're there to laugh. All they care about is to laugh, and the crowd doesn't know the difference.
Yeah.
But I always have this voice of like get to the point, rush, which is the opposite of mindfulness, which is like be here, do this well, be there, do that well. If you're here and you're thinking about next week, then even when you get to next week, you won't be there. You'll be in the week after.
My counter to I
Right?
think that runs in the face of a lot of diet knowledge, right? Because people want this sense of spontaneity, but like once you isolate the foods that are good for you,
Yeah.
you can be spontaneous in the moment. So like on my plan, non-starchy vegetables are free.
Right.
Right? You can have a bag of cauliflower if you need some mindless fucking
Oh
food.
my God. Call the boys. Are you serious?
You can
A whole
have
bag? I had a cooler of cauliflower in the back, guys.
I mean, I just
Whoa.
can't.
Are you serious?
I'm able to be spontaneous right now because I'm planning everything out. You can have a bag of snow peas if you like.
Oh my, those are actually pretty good.
Carrots,
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Yeah.
Right? You just can't. There's no cheating. There's no fucking off. It's like every day you're trying to be the best Noah Savage possible.
But I could fuck off if I stayed under 2,800 for argument's sake. I don't want to be out here eating cheesecake, but if I did,
Yeah, no.
you
Every
budget
day,
it in and you stay under. That's what I think
budget.
Mateo does.
You budget. Flexible.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mateo has to. Mateo Lane has a beautiful body, and he eats full butter, full cheese, full fat Italian food. He just doesn't eat that much of it, and he balances out his meals.
Right.
Flexible dieting.
That's what I'm going to get to once I get down and get ripped. Once I get ripped, then I'll bring in the bad foods. Then I'll get fat again.
I think if you don't track, that's the only thing. As far as I can tell from all of my yo-yoing throughout my life, the only thing that made any sense was tracking. Flexible diet.
I agree with you. And because I did this in high school, because I've always been the guy who can eat a lot and whatever. And then they put me on this diet. I went to this training facility, and I came back, and I'm like, just eat this every day. Just by having a plan, I lost a ton of weight. There was another guy I covered in a game, and the strength coach was like, is that our guest?
Yep.
All right, so we might just cut off the end of this anyway. Is he here?
He's coming up in the elevator.
All right, sweet. Is there anything else you want to get to in 30 seconds to a minute before he comes in?
I just think it's hilarious
bitch.
that you were eating 5,000 calories a day, and then Becky and I started looking up pictures of what 5,000 calories a day is. It's literally like 7 meals.
Dude, easily.
It's 16 and a half
Easily.
McDonald's cheeseburgers.
Dude, like you don't understand that for my day, Jay. Like today, I'm in a room. There's just a tray of chicken, a tray of pasta, a tray of sandwiches. It's all free, and I like in my heyday, I'd be like, let me get 2 pieces of chicken. I'm gonna eat the meatball parm, the whole thing. You have a little salad, and it's like, boom, you're at 3,000 in one meal. I used to sit with a boat of sushi in between me and my sales partner because we have to be in there for 2 hours. And I go, this boat is for the doctors, this boat is for me and you, and we just crushed the boat of sushi. And sushi, woo, you can pack it on with sushi, baby. Oh man, what do you have anything else you want to bring up
Nah,
before
let's get in
the
the
guy comes in? Hey, and we're welcoming our first guest. First of all,
on right
take
now.
your shirt off. You have to either take your shirt off, at least get down to a t-shirt. Welcoming Mr. Kettlebell, Mr. Worldwide,
Wow.
great body. Another white Latino like me, Diego Lopez, the fighter, comedian, tatted up. Do you want to go shirtless for a little bit, or what should we do? Should we all go shirtless? Let's go shirtless for a little bit. All right. So now we're comfortable and shirtless. I wish we could do this podcast in a hot tub, really. That'd be the only thing.
That's the move.
That'd be better.
Yeah, I'm surprised a lot of people that don't have millions of dollars don't do that.
It's still extremely dangerous. I think if you're rich, you want to live longer, so you're not like.
That seems
Interesting.
like a real like Joe Rogan move. Like if it could be done, it would have been done.
Yeah, a
already.
sauna pod, infrared pod equipment he specializes in making.
Just wait for our clips. 'cause we got
I can't
some.
fucking wait.
We have some sauna content, but you want to help explain the concept
Well,
here?
no, I want your understanding of how I explained it to you.
Okay, so Will texted me and he said you guys are starting a podcast, and I said I love it. I think we need more podcasts in this world, and I love both of you so much. And he's like, it's about fitness. I'm gonna make fun of Noah. I'm like, I'm on board. I'm on board 100%. Those are two of my favorite things.
So that's why you're a guest here, because
Yeah.
we know you make fitness content. You're
Yeah.
making some good fight content, by the way. I'm liking
you
all
so
that
much.
stuff. So we're either looking for people like yourself who are fitness celebrities,
Yeah.
or people who like are struggling with it more, but also like think about it and trying
to get fit or trying to make fitness content?
Trying to
get fit.
Got it.
So I'm trying to lose basically 25 pounds in 12 weeks.
I love the 50 Cent art, by the way.
Yeah. And,
it's really good.
You know, Will's, I basically give my body to Will.
Beautiful.
And then we're going to bring in
I've done
people.
that before, buddy.
Yeah.
We're roommates.
I bet real GAI. Okay. You're a vegan.
Yes.
You're sober.
Yes.
You're a kettlebell guy, and you're a jujitsu.
Yeah, I'm an MMA instructor. I'm a jiu-jitsu black belt.
Okay.
I fought MMA. I was an undefeated cage fighting champion. No big deal.
Wait, really? Undefeated?
Yeah, I was undefeated. But yeah, but last
You didn't want to be rich? Why do you do?
fighting sucks, dude.
Why did
it's
you
a
do?
terrible life.
Really?
Yeah, it's a terrible, terrible life. It's stressful and exhausting, and you develop an eating disorder because of it, and you can. I don't know. It's just not what I want. I didn't want to be.
And you're gonna get the shit kicked out of you, like at some point, right?
Oh yeah, I got
Yeah.
the shit kicked out of me a lot.
You got the ear over there?
I got cauliflower ear. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do comedy, and I'm so glad I did that instead.
Where do you come up with your jokes? So, number one is, I was an athlete transitioning into real life.
Yeah.
You are too.
Mm-hmm.
What was like your biggest challenge? I got really interviewed weirdly, but I thought that was like,
I'm just
but that was like a hard challenge for me. Like, it was kind of like you had to do it, and then all of a sudden you're an adult, and it's like, fuck, now I got to take care of myself. Was that hard for you?
So the way that I've always been attached to fitness has been through skill first.
Okay.
So like I've never been a working out for just lifting weights kind of a guy.
You never
It's always-
wanted the pump. You wanted to
No.
learn some shit.
Yeah, like when I was growing up, I played hockey. That was my first love. And
Yeah.
I'm like, well, if I'm in better shape, I could be a better hockey player. So that's all I cared about was being better at the skill set.
Yeah.
And then after high school, and when I moved to New York and I started doing MMA, I'm like, well, I need to get in better shape to be able to fight people better.
Mm-hmm.
So then that became part of it. So it's always been skill first, fitness secondary.
Right.
And I mean, it was never aesthetics at all. I never
Yeah.
cared. Now that I don't have to worry about my weight as much, because I was fighting a certain weight class,
Yeah.
I can be whatever weight I want to be. Now I'm like, oh, let me focus on aesthetics a little bit.
Yeah. For me, it's like, it's all aesthetic. Even though it's not working, but
No, it is weird. Let's talk about Noah's
Yeah.
body. Can you see those fucking
Immediately.
traps?
First thing I noticed.
Fucking crazy.
And the delt, the curvature already. You're already getting the side delt.
Show him the back. Show him the back.
back.
Show him this fucking like. Look
Yeah,
at that
dude, it's
shit.
huge.
He's like classic strong.
Yeah,
man. Like,
tapered.
all
You got the
need-
frame for
I
it, buddy.
do a lot of heavy lifting. I just eat like shit until now. Down 5, week 1.
Congratulations.
So
He puts up like he does the chest press at the gym. How much you put up?
I put up like 2 plates in the 25.
Okay.
and
Fucking
a 10
badass,
sometimes.
dude.
real
You're fucking
numbers.
big. You're
I
gonna
do,
look
I do
great.
100 dumbbell. You know, I can't bench anymore because I have a fucked up neck. But
Let's talk
like
about the
range.
leg press numbers.
Oh, I
What
did
you got?
I
Yeah,
did
yeah.
all the plates in the gym.
Beautiful.
And then like pulled out my IT band. Like
yeah.
literally like popped.
It's
Yeah.
easy to go overboard with a leg press.
You're gonna be
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful once we melt this off of you, and you just
Thank
have no
you.
idea yet.
But I do though. I've been,
I mean,
I've
I know
been there.
the second I sat down, I came in the room, as a market difference from the last time I saw you.
Thank you. I've depuffed the face.
yeah.
I stopped. Listen, I'm not going to be like you and these fucking vegans who drink Monster Energy drink and are like we don't put bad shit in our body, and they have like 9 cigarettes and like fucking. But you know, I've been sober for like 14 days. I'm not
Great.
like gonna be sober, but I like might be because I feel
Exactly.
no desire to drink.
My sobriety came off of
Yeah.
me just being like, I wonder what a week without drinking would be like.
Yeah.
And that week has turned into 14 years.
Were
Do you
a
remember the
big
day
partier,
that
though?
you got sober?
Not really. Not kind of.
You remember the season?
I remember it was like I only drank a couple times when I first moved to New York. Matchless was the last place I ever got drunk.
Wow.
Good place to get drunk.
Yeah, it's a good place to get drunk. And I got home, and then the next morning, my roommate at the time was straight edge, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if I'd feel better. I wonder what would happen if I changed. And I just did, and I'm like, oh, let me just keep going, and then I haven't stopped. So it wasn't like
Yeah.
I don't think I necessarily had a problem, but I'm like, oh, this might become a problem.
Okay.
So let's see if it doesn't happen.
I
Which
for
is the
sure have a
easiest city in
problem.
the
So.
world.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, and you know, me and my wife talk about it all the time, and it's like she's got a joke she does on stage where she goes, "If you ever Google like you might be an alcoholic if you know you think about your first drink in the morning," she's
Yeah, yeah.
like, "Don't Google that. You'll be, you know." But what did I say about? I have a question about straight edge because I've always been fascinated by this culture, which is isn't there like a violent and fighting aspect to this? It's
That's a side effect.
No drinking, no drugs, but then fighting. How do you get in all the fights if you're not drunk? All the fights I've been in, I've been drunk.
A lot of times, because I'm not straight edge. I consider myself sober.
Okay.
I don't care enough about music to consider myself straight edge.
Yeah.
Straight edge comes from the hardcore scene.
Yep.
From that.
Getting
world.
in the pit and like bashing your fucking face into somebody.
They're an interesting group of people where there's so much rage, and they refuse to self-medicate for good reason. But there is a lot of violence in that world. There is a lot of I don't want to say violence, actually. I will say aggression and intensity.
Yeah.
Is it a lot of children of of alcoholics that are like not me and then like informing some of their rage where it's like they grew up in a very rageful home?
Possibly. I don't know enough.
don't want to say that.
Yeah. Possibly. I feel like those people, the people that are raised in alcoholic like dependent families where they start seeing the spiral, either jump into the spiral or go to like the AA
The
world.
other side, yeah.
They rarely go to the straight edge. Kind of happens out of happenstance, like out of like friendships. Rarely it's just like, oh, my parents like this. Well, let me go to a judge show. Like that's not how it really works.
Or I like the music and all of a sudden I'm about the lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's so foreign to me, the concept of like, not drink.
Yeah.
That goes with drink, like peer pressure into like bad things. It's weird that there's like this ragey peer pressure
It's
into
weird. No, for sure.
It's like go to church. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
It's the same thing with working out, right? Like
true. That's true.
Working out is like this is the hardest thing. So now that I'm coaching some people up, just like you have coached me, which I'm very, very grateful for.
I'm honored.
Now, it's really weird because you get in this territory where you're just trying. I have people that hit me up, and everybody's got their own angle, right? And what I've really realized that it's a lot about positive male friendship.
Yeah.
Because most male friendship is about like drinking, girls, gambling,
sports,
shit that can ruin your fucking life. Sports, but things that are not like progressing you. So I have guys who are like, yo, I'll call them up to do a check-in. They'll be like, yo, I don't want my girl to hear this. I'm just like, you don't want to hear your girl to hear that like you're trying to go on a diet
That's
this weekend?
funny.
Wow, that's messed up.
And yeah, they'll text me late at night and like they just want to talk about something positive.
Yeah.
As opposed to complaining about some shit or like texting about booze. Like they just want to talk to somebody about where they want to go.
Sure.
And that's most of male friendship is just tearing each other down.
Yeah. It is funny seeing how often the connection between making yourself better feels feminine to them, to some guys. Like, no, has nothing to do with that.
Yeah,
okay. It's fine.
I'm already like thinking about. I have a couple social events coming up where I know they're gonna be like, "Come on, man, have one. Come on."
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And it's like you're not gonna eat, and it's like I have a guy who I love, who I never would talk shit about, but he is my friend's dad, but he's like second dad, whatever, big Wall Street guy, but he loves when I eat a lot.
Sure.
He goes, "My man, I got you the triple cheeseburger, baby." And I love going out with him. It's the best.
Yeah.
He's the best guy ever. I got you 2 beers just to start. And it's outrageous every time.
Yeah.
Because you're the big guy.
Yeah.
People love a big son bitch.
But it's like, I can't see him over the next 11 weeks, bro. Like, I can't do it.
I have a theory about this because I've seen this happen in situations.
Okay.
People like to have a mascot for the group where they can feel better than. And they're like, he's eating 4 burgers. I'm having 2. What's the big deal?
Yeah, but he crushes food too. He crushes.
Okay.
But would he ever crush more than you?
It's impossible. You can't do it. You cannot do it.
So you're like his guy where he's just like, well, I'm a big eater, but he's just like, so is Sav over there. Sav can eat too.
Yeah, he brought me to this beach party one time at the Hamptons where a white investment banker guy started freestyle rapping that nobody asked him to.
You've been known to freestyle rap
beautiful
from time
combination of things.
People ask at a bonfire, but I ate 3 lobsters and 2 rotisserie chickens.
Oh.
And this girl was with me. She's like a small girl, and she was like
a child or just like a petite woman?
No, like a petite woman.
Okay, what's
a petite woman? a little 5-year-old with me. And
I'm part of the Big Brother Big Sister program.
Yeah.
I let them see me eat a lot.
Yeah,
It scars them emotionally.
You watch me. You don't get me. But she went back into our like share house and was like, "No, ate 3 lobsters and 2 rotisserie chickens." And from that point forward, like we might have had a romantic thing. It was over.
Oh,
she was
yeah.
So because I was just eating in a pit.
Yeah, you got it.
Disgusting.
Now, do you think that you ate it in a particularly disgusting manner?
No,
I think it's just the
I was
quality.
mindlessly just like, oh, it's just free, like 30 oysters, boom, 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 no problem. Like,
I can't find. See, well, if I was a lady, I would think I would find that sexually attractive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would be like this guy because like I would want to be around a guy that eats what he wants.
she's real small, and she did tell me I was too big for her in general, which I always thought
Nice,
was code
dude.
for
Hell
fat.
yeah.
I was too fat, but
I didn't realize that they got that far.
You probably have never known this. When a girl like subtly infers that you're too fat
No,
for her,
no.
it's fucking like. I remember I was dating this girl.
She's like,
she
yeah,
didn't
I'm gonna be
subtly
on top a lot.
She was.
No.
In retrospect, she didn't say that, but hey, looking back at it, I remember one time she was just like, "Yeah, I think that you're a really great guy. Like, I wish that we could like really date. I know what my roommates would say that you're like a little chubby or whatever." And she said that in passing, and I was just like, "Hey, what are we saying here? Did you say that you like me a lot, but also that I'm a fat piece of shit? Like you're too good for me, but you want to date me?"
I'd love to date you, but my roommates think you're a piece of shit.
My roommates think-
Physically, and you're like, this isn't better.
I could sneak you back,
Yeah.
but can't hang out in the living room. You're
Weird
like,
thing,
It
dude.
was such a bizarre, but that's happened to me before. Like where not even girls that I was dating was just like, "Oh, you could really dance for like a big guy." Like I'd be like, "Oh, what? Like why are you quantifying my
Yeah,
bigness?" I could never. I've never told a girl that
Women
she's
love
fat.
to keep you down. No, I'm not that guy.
Trans rights.
yes, he gets the show. All right, he understands what the show is all about. So.
Now, well,
you go.
can I ask you? A lot of this is about diet tactics.
Yeah.
You are a snacker.
Yeah.
I have watched you. I think you alternately you do pay attention to what comes in your body, but are you a tracker?
No.
No. And let's talk about the vegan diet and why it works for you.
Okay.
Just briefly.
So, the thing about fighting and eating disorder, I'm being sincere about that. When you fight, and again, I was tall for the weight class I fought in. I fought at bantamweight, which is 135.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm 6 foot, which is
How much you weigh now?
180.
Yeah, just for comparison for everybody I care, but like, yeah,
Like,
fucking Jesus.
Which is the biggest I've ever been. I've never been past 175.
You look great.
Thanks, buddy. You too. So you having to worry about your weight constantly, and you're exercising like crazy. It definitely burned something out of my brain. So that now that
What was your diet like in the 135 days?
I mean, the thing was like it wasn't 135 for a long period of time, but like when the fight camp started, when my fight would get announced, I would start just cleaning up my diet, and I didn't know what I was doing. So like I'd just be like, I guess huge salads is all I'm eating basically. So I would eat like just giant salads and have like oatmeal and like fruit and veggies and stuff like that. But like I could have done it better.
But
in
you were
retrospect.
vegan that whole time?
Yeah, I've been vegan since 2009. Yeah.
And you were in
Why-
South Florida heat, fucking
No, I was in
training,
New York.
or
No.
this was when
And
you were
why
in
did
New
you
York.
start the vegan thing?
So I was vegetarian I turned vegetarian in 2007 because the same friend who was straight edge, we used to be friends in South Florida. He's also a vegetarian. I never pushed it or said anything about it. And then one day I just started thinking about it. I couldn't get it out of my head. And then I was in, you know what Journeys is, the shoe store?
Yeah.
Yep.
We used to work at a Journeys. I was in the stock room and I got Chick-fil-A sandwich. And I'm just sitting in the stock room and I'm like, I can't eat this. I literally just sitting there like, I can't bring myself to eat this.
You stopped
such a
eating Chick-fil-A
specific
for
image.
the other reason.
No, I love it.
You're way
even
ahead
though
of the
I don't
curve.
eat meat, I go over there and give him some money and go, keep it up,
You're
guys.
like, you're doing God's work.
Love what you're
Thank
doing
you.
about being closed on Sundays.
Yeah.
So I come to veganism through an ethical standpoint.
Yep.
If it was worse for me or better for me, I don't care. It's the
Can't
way
do
I
it.
believe. I don't believe in factory farming. If here's the thing. If you hunt your food, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with people going to.
Why don't you hunt your food in Brooklyn?
Okay.
Why don't you eat rats?
Buddy, I do. It's called Tinder. No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I would not have sex in a while. So with veganism, I come through with an ethics standpoint. So how I eat now, or at least last couple of years, has just been like, oh, is it something that is vaguely, if it's good for me or bad for me, I just balance it throughout my day. You know, like I try to I have the same breakfast every day, so it's a pretty good start to my
What
day.
is it?
I eat a bowl of oatmeal with raw pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, and some kind of mixed fruit.
I bet the shits are amazing.
Oh yeah,
Are they great with
Oh,
all
absolutely.
those seeds?
I've never had a problem. And then I'll do a bagel with either avocado or like a cashew cream cheese, and then cold brew, and then an hour later I'll have a protein shake.
Vegan protein, obviously,
Yes.
and then
Yeah.
which I heard is not as good. But I got
Well.
the shit you told me. and you're not hungry because you're still high protein and you're
I mean, kind of, but I don't chart anything.
Right.
So like I don't know.
Andy's working out a lot.
I work out 7 days a week.
And then you do kettlebells in the crib, and you live with Brewski.
Mike Brucey's my roommate, yeah.
And who else?
And Mac
Shane?
and Shane, yeah. So it's four of us in
dudes,
the house, yeah.
And you have a little weird small room.
My room is very strange because our ceiling is pitched. So my ceiling, at the tallest point of my ceiling, if I go on my tippy toe, if I jump, I'll hit the ceiling with my head.
Yeah, but you do kettlebell. My point is that shut the fuck up excuses, guys, because you got a couple kettlebells, you live in a weird small room, and you're over there swinging and dipping. And tell me your workout philosophy with the bells, and then maybe we'll get to some clips.
Sure. So for me, I came to kettlebells when I was fighting, where my ex's dad owned a CrossFit gym, and I was asking for him advice, and he goes, my number one concern is skill-based training, so getting better at fighting. I would like to supplement that with some form of strength training that will help fighting specific. And he goes, you got to just do kettlebells because kettlebells are the perfect marriage between strength training and cardio training. And I remember
balance maybe too though. Balance.
No, they like have weird effects on everything.
Kind of. Like,
are they good for balance though? No.
I mean, I don't know what balance means really in this aspect. Like
controlling momentum, I would think, because you do this stuff. It's a little balancing. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Versus like.
It's exactly. It's not like compound movements necessarily.
Ballistic movements.
It's ballistic movements. Ooh. And then I found Pavel's book at like a garage sale on the street, and in the back of it literally says kettlebells are the closest things to being in a fight.
Was this Simple and Sinister? Or was this Enter the Kettlebell?
Enter the Kettlebell book.
Enter the Kettlebell. Yeah.
Do two guys in Brooklyn who are about to get in a fight ever just start?
They should.
Kettlebelling and be like, what's analysts like met?
They should.
With smoothie afterwards, vegan, of course.
So I've been doing kettlebells since like 2010, but like not very consistently. I was mostly just swinging.
Yep.
And then during the pandemic when we lived together, I owned kettlebells. I owned 4 kettlebells at the time. Took them on the roof with Will and Brucey, and we'd just work out every day.
Yeah.
And then I got really like passionate about kettlebells again, and I got way more specific about my training and way more technical about kettlebelling.
Yeah.
And the thing I like about it, is like I said, it's a great balance between strength and cardio training. It's not, you're not gonna like get like hypertrophy. You're not gonna become like a bodybuilder with kettlebells. But that's not my interest.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be a machine.
Yeah.
I want to be strong and capable of doing long periods of work.
Yeah.
So like doing a long cycle, like a double kettlebell long cycle, which is
grueling.
Clean, push, press, unload, clean, push for 10 minutes is one of the most exhausting things I've ever done in my life.
What weight are you putting up there? 24 kg?
I have 24s. I have a pair of 24s and a pair of 20s.
Yeah.
So 53 pounds and 44 pounds.
And what do you swing if you're swinging?
What do you mean? What am I saying?
If you're swinging it just between your legs, kettlebell swing.
So I'll do swings, I'll do cleans, I'll do presses.
We'll mix up the weights on those.
Kettlebell. So kettlebell sport is different from what was called hard style. Yeah. Hard style is what like Pavel Tsatsouline preaches, which is very like it's more single kettlebell and single arm movements. Long kettlebell sport is what this dude. If you want to check out a badass dude, Denis Vasilev,
that's my boy.
He will do it with double 32 kg.
Yeah, don't rush this. This is what the podcast is about. So like this is cool. Yeah.
The strongest man. He's like might be the most in shape man in the world. Now, does he look like a Marvel superhero? No. So he doesn't, because kettlebells aren't going to give you, to your point, hypertrophy.
Right.
But if you try and do what he does, he'll do it for 10 minutes. If you try and do it for 30 seconds, your lungs will collapse and you'll fall and shit your pants on the floor.
It's really fun when I started teaching kettlebells in the park, showing people that are vaguely, like some jiu-jitsu guys will come in like vaguely in shape, and I'm like, okay, go for 3 minutes. And they're dead after a minute and a half. And they're like, you see their eyes like, oh, I understand now. This is different.
All right, I'm in because I can do a little swing. I've done a little whatever. But I am right here, sitting here. I'm going, fuck your class. I could dominate it, and I know I'd throw up. I would vomit.
Yeah.
But I think for the purposes of this thing,
it would be really good.
We're doing walking, heavy lifting, and then like I should do like 1 day a week of kettlebell. No.
Yeah, no. It would preserve the muscle that you have right now.
Yeah.
And as you just like lock in on your diet, it would actually be really good. It would be a good mindset thing for you because your body gives out, but also like the whole point of kettlebell sport is like, can I go a little bit longer? Can I go a little bit heavier?
Yeah.
Can my form get a little bit better?
Yeah.
And it's a real mind fuck. I got into it from September on. I've built like Diego, like you get a kettlebell fucking graveyard in your apartment, which is way too much. But
I own kettlebells. Come on, you don't think I own kettlebells?
yeah,
I have 3 kettlebells and like 6 dumbbells in my part. Like, come on, man.
I've got 2 adjustables, 2 24s, a 32. I've got a 48, fucking a 40 pounder.
That's great.
Wow.
Kettlebells are the shit, but I had to abandon them for this podcast because I'm trying to bulk up as you're slimming down.
True. We always forget that you're trying to do something because you already look great. You look like Jason Statham's stand-in.
Oh yeah.
Let me do a little quick time check. Okay, should we get to the clips now for time and purposes? All right.
Can I sell?
Oh yeah,
sell people on kettlebells.
Yeah,
one
sell
second.
people.
Let's do a quick cut point. So can you ask what he's gotten yet?
What?
Because we've talked about you've lost pounds. What have you done to bulk?
Yeah.
So I think that's fair.
Yeah.
And then also, are we going to the clips next?
Yeah.
All right, so let me load the clip up so that it's a little cleaner. And then also, can you not, when you, like you're breathing real heavy into the mic?
Can we keep this in?
Yeah, please keep this.
Just think about that.
I'm fucking sick, dude. Fuck you.
Not that you're breathing heavy, it's that you're breathing heavy directly into the mic, and you're going to hear it a little bit, so just be conscious.
Should I just stay further away from the mic? I'm a yeller anyway.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. You're right.
Buddy, don't matter to me none.
No, listen, I'm sorry.
So let me just do myself. So
in the water.
did you have something you wanted to say?
Yeah, I wanted to give his kettlebell sell.
Just one.
Hold
Yeah.
on real quick. Let me just cut to you. So
No
I
problem.
have a clean cut point. All right, go ahead.
So I have people because I've been making my Nihilift videos for a long time, and people will try to. It's okay. Not argue, but like they want to understand why I'm such a fan of kettlebells, and I want to get across because I think a lot of people that do like bodybuilding stuff or powerlifting stuff try to argue like I'm saying it's better than.
No.
The thing I'm trying to get across with kettlebells is the number one complaint I hear about working out, people that don't do it, is time. They don't have time for it. You get one kettlebell and you put it in your bedroom. In 15 minutes, you can do it, and you put your dick in it.
Yeah.
Literally in 15 minutes, you can have a really good workout and move on with your day. Yeah. Then, once you build that connection between I don't have enough time to I do have time, I just have to manage it better, and enthusiasm of working out, then you can make a bigger move to actually going to a gym. I think a kettlebell is a fantastic step in the right direction. I just happen to stay with them because I teach 5 days a week. I work out 6-7 days a week. I don't have to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So it's a great time-saving tool.
And it gets people into resistance training in general, which is like the big, like everybody that like I'm working with now is like killing themselves on the treadmill. And I'm just like, bro, you can kill yourself on the treadmill. You'll lose weight faster. But like long term, what's the play here?
Like running?
You have to log in on it. Yeah. I've got guys who are like 300 pounds and they're like going to run on the treadmill for an hour and a half. Do something inconsistent, punish themselves.
It's so unsustainable.
The thing with that, people love to jump from doing nothing to like punishing themselves because so much of fitness culture for the last 15 years has been like the David Goggins like destroyed work. It's like you gotta earn that.
Yeah.
You gotta earn the part when you get to be a masochist. You don't get to just jump to that.
But
that's
also,
when you're a sick fuck, like Kobe and David Goggins, like where you get to a point where it's like it's you versus you, and like that's a whole nother level.
But
of
that's
competition.
also bullshit. Like there's this clip about like Kobe where he's like, I get up, I train from 5 to 7, then I eat breakfast, then I go from 9 to 11, then I go back from 1 to 3, then at 7 to 9. Like you didn't train on a basketball court 8 hours a day.
No, for sure.
That's bullshit. Maybe you did that
One time or once a month.
I don't believe you. And also then you should, as great as Kobe was, even though he's a rapist, you should have been better.
Yeah.
You should have been better.
Leave it in. No, I agree with that, but there is something to conditioning. So I'm leaving a little bit of conditioning aside because I am now
What are you doing?
Okay, so I'm trying
Nothing, you skinny bitch. You haven't done shit.
I've actually put on a pound.
Whoa!
I'm eating at a 300 calorie caloric surplus, which is like, it's harder to do a lean bulk, right? Because we don't know how many calories I'm actually burning. I'm leaving some of my conditioning on the table because I'm focused on hypertrophy and mobility. But there's something to doing something really fucking hard every day that fucking sucks. And I know that you're the recovery king and that you want to recover your way into this, but like I do, when people are hating on Goggins, it's just like there's something to being the king of the suck.
But yeah, but I love doing hard shit too. But I believe that the 300-pound person running on the treadmill
is stupid.
Won't get there. What I would tell that person is, how do you sleep? And they would go like shit. And I would work sleep, diet, and then be like, what do you like doing? That's active. I wouldn't say punish myself.
No. Like I said, you got to earn that.
Because I know that their mindset is, and then once I lose the weight, I won't have to do this anymore.
Oh, no. That's why I think it's so important, because I have people ask me for advice who are like at 0. And I'm like, find anything physical that you like doing.
And do it.
I don't give a shit what it is. Play Frisbee. I don't care. Build a connection between movement and enjoyment. Then we can up the ante. Then we can push the pace a little bit.
And actually, most of the experts, and I'm not one of them, you guys kind of are, they say that the exercising your way into weight loss isn't really that beneficial, but exercising your way into reduced stress and better sleep,
absolutely,
and then eating less is kind of like, that's kind of the point of it. So if you're doing it just to like crush the calories, it's fuck that.
It's a losing fight.
You'll never stick with it.
That was my mentality for all the way. I mean, running was such an essential part of everything that I did, and I would run away last night's pizza all the time, and it just puts you in this yo-yo mindset. And the other thing is, long steady state cardio is great. It's great for your body. It's great for your heart. It's great for your mind. It doesn't burn as much calories as you think, especially over time. Your body gets used to it. It's fucking
the squeeze is not. It's so hard. The squeeze is so
it's
hard.
just a lot of fucking time. I was running 7 miles a day, and like once you have the kid, it's over. Like you need a kettle. If you want to do something hard, get one kettlebell, but then eventually get 2. You can bust out the hardest workout of your entire life in 10 fucking minutes.
Do a 5-minute one-hand long cycle. Alternating long cycle would be fantastic for most people.
I hold the baby. I swing the baby. I'm serious.
Perfect.
He loves it, and it's hard as fuck.
Yeah. Oh, wait, do you guys have friends yet that are complaining that holding their son like hurts their gives them tendonitis elbow?
I bet.
Does that make you kind of fucking cringe?
Yeah, I'm like, don't be a bitch.
Dude.
Should we get to some clips?
Yeah.
Also, this first clip there's no point other than I want to talk about this girl's body. So just know that going in. I know you're one of these feminist guys from Brooklyn, but I want to make it clear for the show that we objectify men and women. Yeah. We just love jacked people. We love to talk about people's bodies, and
this is a new spin on it.
Yeah. Also, like, her body is kind of like the goal body I want.
Whoa.
Dude, she's fucking yoked, and she's got pretty long arms.
Long, lean.
Great, like, fantastic shoulders and arms.
Very toned. Yeah, you really like this kind of bicep, too.
That looks like my arm 10 years ago. Like, that's what I want. And I think this clip is
a very basketball-y body, too. She looks like she's a shot blocker.
This is what it's playing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she looks great.
And it just happened to be slow motion.
And what's her at? Okay.
Vitason?
She's a CrossFit star.
I love, CrossFit women are awesome.
Her body fucking rules.
Big fan of their lats.
And she's one of these women who, like, beautiful face, but amazingly jacked body. It would be confusing for me.
Oh,
it would be in a good way. Yeah. I'd be like, oh boy, what did I? It's like when she goes in your butt the first time and you go, oh no.
Is this what I like?
Oh boy.
I guess it is. Everyone left. I'm alone in here now.
Been traveling. All right. I worked out for about 45 minutes. I did one fucking exercise. Back squats. That's it.
What do we make of his haircut?
It sucks.
Right. Oh, really? Kind of like it.
That is not the answer. The answer was
also doing the no mustache like he's a Dagestani wrestler. Fuck out of here.
I feel like he's just talking to the girl that checks you in at the gym. She's like, okay.
She has headphones in. She goes, so do you want to renew your membership?
Call.
I mean, his message is always right?
Yeah.
He's just like, hey, do what works, do simple workouts. He's just like, obesity is a choice on a day-to-day. He's saying real shit, but like, It's just the way he says it. This motherfucker is my number one arch enemy in the world.
We've yet to unveil him on the show yet, but this guy is. Go ahead. Sorry.
That is like what the last video that does. It does a thing where fitness influencers like to make up a person that they're mad at.
Yeah, that's true.
And then like everyone is this, but then B. The funny thing is like I don't do personal training much anymore. I used to do it a little bit often, but the thing I noticed was like clients get they want results, but they also want to be entertained with the workout. They're like, I can't. If it was up to me, I'd make them do 3 things basically over and over again, just progressively overload them, and there's the results. But I can see that they'll get bored and like, oh, I want to do some weird stuff. Let me do some one-legged Romanian deadlifts. Let me do some, it's like, fine, we'll throw some of these in so you feel like we're doing some like hyper sport specific stuff. But that's for like elite athletes who have nowhere else to go physically, Yeah. But that does happen, but it's like people want it easy. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Also,
I have noticed that in fitness programs. So,
just like this, like his fake enemy just like hates squats. Like that person doesn't exist. Got a problem? I'm doing squats. Or like no. I'm like, okay.
Nobody gives a shit.
Like great, do it.
When you were personal training, how often do you think people want to be motivated by a fucking screaming psychopath?
It's weird. It almost is what felt like 50-50.
Wow.
Because I've been teaching for a long time, not coaching personal, like teaching MMA for a long time. I've gotten really good at learning very quickly what type of how someone likes their information. Some people need to be pushed, some need to be pulled. I don't care which one it is. As long as I get you in the direction that I'm trying to get you in, I'm happy. So some people do like being yelled at or being like insulted into working out. Some people like insist on being spoken to more like a person and respectfully and being protected emotionally. I'm like, I don't care. I have no preference. I'll do whatever it takes to get you to be better at fighting or be in more shape. But
is that a conversation that you'll have with somebody? No. Oh, you have to figure it out.
Yeah. If I ask them, they'll be insincere or they'll try and rush an answer. I have to just over time, I'll play with certain intensities of how I say something, and I'll read their body language or read their face or literally what they say. And that gives me a lot of information.
It's kind of like, it's like dating. It's like, wow.
Well, if you don't like know-it-alls, you're going to love this.
This guy's the
next
biggest
guy
fucking piece of shit.
With the most fake enemies in the game.
There's a specific couple of people who are like really fucking laid it on thick in the fitness industry right now with like their hyper motivational fucking hyper intense training footage. But like, one, you're not elite athletes. You know what I mean? Their livelihood doesn't depend on how fucking well you work out or like what intensity you have. You're just doing it for you. Stop fucking acting like the most mundane exercise is the most fucking intense part of your day. It's like, we're all here doing the same thing, bro. I do fucking laterals too. But if I put some music behind it, or I do this cable row, and I put some fucking cinematic shit on it, and like get like, oh, I'm following here to the machine, the grip.
This is all his videos are beefing with Instagrammers.
All right.
Like, I guess what he's saying is true.
He's talking all this shit, but he has until like recently, he's had an entirely black and white Instagram where he critiques lifting form.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, this is like most of his shit usually.
Yeah, he's not wrong, but he's being a hypocrite.
Yeah.
And then he does a row and he puts it down and he looks at his phone. This just isn't real life. Okay. It's an Instagram versus real life video, but
right.
He's such a know-it-all piece of shit.
Yeah.
Shut up.
It's tough. It's the thing where so many people that get into fitness influencing start at a place of goodness where they want to help people.
Yes.
And that quickly turns into, oh, I want more attention so that I can get more followers, so that I can get more brand money, whatever. It's sales. And then you just become this like, everyone's doing the exact same video in different ways over and over again and making these fake enemies up and being like, and then they do the who's the motivational speaker guy with the giant hands?
Tony Robbins?
Tony Robbins things were like, don't curse.
We have one of him. I think we have one of him.
Don't curse like for no reason all the time to be like, oh, that's how intense I am and how important this thing is to me.
Yeah, that's a big tech bro thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, fucking, it's so fucking good. This coffee's so fucking good,
like,
bro.
Hey, what are you?
It's like really inappropriate in the workplace.
It's a Don Draper thing where he's like, why are you cursing?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
It's way too
Wait, this
much.
one is really nothing.
Okay.
This is another like. Also, I got off Instagram on my phone. I only have it on the desktop computer.
Wow.
Old
like
school.
Short guys have
old school.
sometimes too much confidence. And
Don't call they got paid. Don't call they got paid.
That's it. Pretty cool, I thought. just a cool.
This okay? You know what? I do have something to say about this.
Okay.
This happens a lot on social media where, let's say, person A makes a comment about a celebrity.
Yeah.
A celebrity's appearance.
Yep.
Okay. Boom. And then everyone goes, "Hey, you're ugly. You can't say that about that person."
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so are we all in agreement that if they're better looking than this person, they get to make fun of them? Because if that is,
I think yes.
all
but
right.
not-
then
No, I don't
open
believe.
the floodgates, baby.
No, I think shit talking. Everybody can talk shit
Absolutely.
about
I
anybody
agree.
they want.
I
That's what
I just think it's a really bad argument.
Yeah, but also if they're better looking, you're bullying them.
You're bullying. You're punching down.
If you're ugly,
So
you're
funny.
fucking ugly.
Yeah.
I see that. That's a great point.
It's really, really interesting. That's funny because it's part of that. Have you seen the TikTok?
Oh wait.
I have a point about this.
Obsessed with this
Okay,
guy.
okay.
So
Obsessed.
this
There he
is
is.
to your point about how bettering yourself is somehow seen as not masculine. Now, knees over toes guy is all about people living pain-free.
Yeah.
And I do his exercises, but I am firmly aware, and I feel very not masculine
Yeah.
doing it. And there is such a thing as being too much to the other side of like you gotta.
He's interesting. Yeah.
He's an
Wait till you
interesting
wait till you
dude,
see what happens.
borderline robot.
Wait till you see what happens.
The first 3 steps of my knee over toe mobility routine are 1,
Okay.
big toe, and actually think
No.
to push into the ground.
Yeah, it always
2,
when he's about to
slant board
twerk.
calf stretch, and
Yeah.
3, slant board Jefferson curl.
Damn,
Finding people are
slant board
particularly tight
Jefferson.
through the calf and back
It's
of
just
knee.
so
opening
they're
that
all
up
so
then makes it
sassy.
easier
All the
to
moves are
open up
so
this entire
sassy.
posterior chain. It couldn't be so rare to be able to stand here without cheating the legs and touch the floor, but 9 out of 10 people have tested
Hilarious.
can't do that. So I
Yeah,
think
man,
of
that's
mobility
unbelievably
as
impressive,
restoring
and I'm making fun of it.
I'm inspired by my
Unreal,
mobility mentor, Kadur Ziani. who
Kadur Ziani
is
is
the only
even
person
more
under 6
impressive.
foot who's kicked a basketball rim, and the reason I think that's valuable data is he's
Okay.
now 49, still able to
5'10".
dunk. One of the most youthful
Jesus.
adults that I know. So I hope these
tight.
3 steps restore a little more youthfulness to your own life.
It's that he's too
Hilarious.
white. He's too white. His shorts are too short. He's a little too Terminator 2 face.
If they make another Terminator, they're gonna book him. That he's so like a drawing
his
white.
name is Ben Patrick. Robert Patrick
Robert
was
Patrick.
the T1000. This might
crazy.
be Robert Patrick's son.
I just
Crazy.
picture like any of my coaches in college. Like this guy comes in, dunks, doesn't split. They're just
In
like,
his little shorts, and you're like,
they're like, get out of the gym. I'm like,
hey, let's hit the shower separately. All right.
He's always wearing. He just designed his own basketball shoe, which is easily the wackest
Oh.
shoe. Now I bet. Listen,
wait,
dude.
he did?
Yeah, I'm fully got like I'm into the Kool-Aid now that I have I've thought about buying the shoe because his exercises have changed my life. I'm sitting more comfortably now than I have in years because of
All
Ben
right,
Patrick.
I'll do them.
You gotta do them, bro.
My whole body hurts all the time.
We look
I'll
him
do
up,
'em.
and they're those basketball shoes from Seinfeld that have that big circle on the toe.
Yeah.
Keeps your heel off the
Strength
floor.
shoes. I own those.
Oh, that's awesome.
I had strength shoes. I had jump soles. They're like, you can jump like a cheetah. They had a whole diagram. This might be a nothing too.
That's fantastic.
By the way.
Is it true that you can leap over a chair from a standing position?
It depends on the size of the chair. I'll cheat a little bit.
What the fuck?
Wow.
That's it. Okay.
I think that's
I heard a rumor.
I think that's relevant to Diego as somebody that was a fitness professional in Williamsburg for years. You've been helping nerds be more athletic for a long ass time.
That's true.
Now, is it? I have a secret. I have a theory that all nerds secretly want to be jocks and vice versa.
course.
Do you find that to be true?
I do.
No, just one way.
Well, I mean, if you the stereotypical dork or whatever, what do they love the most? Comic books. All superheroes are jacked. It makes no sense. Why are you
Yep.
looking up to the people that bully you? I don't get it.
That is a great point.
Yeah.
And right here, Bill Gates' answer should have been like, I'm worth $14 billion.
I'm not jumping over a.
I'll buy your network.
He's like, look, I can jump over a chair.
It still boils down to physical traits.
Also, we might have to do a whole episode on this clip because the newest, it might not even be new, but all these guys, the Goggins, the Robbins, saunas, man. They love saunas.
Everyone's on board. Ice
love
plunges and
it.
saunas.
It
It's all
seems
everyone
like
talks
a
about.
rich guy play. It seems like some sort
Nothing
of
else left
marketing
to
move.
do. Yeah, nothing else left to do.
They
do.
saunas
just in the last year. They're clearly great for you. 4 days a week in a sauna for just 20 minutes at 160 degrees plus, whether it's a laser type
sauna, 4 days a week for 20 minutes in your sauna naturally that you
absolutely
own.
change your health in more ways you can imagine. Like people that don't really work out, designed just for my body. You just go sit in the sauna, but what happens is it reduces your chance of a heart attack by over 51%. I read that, yeah. Wow. It reduces your chance of a stroke by 62%.
All this fucking statistics and suck my dick.
Yeah,
Shut
I think
up.
because like the people who have, it's like if you floss, you're less likely to get a heart attack. Not because like the plaque from your teeth goes, but because you're a fastidious person who takes care of themselves.
Exactly.
So if you're out here like, I gotta get my sauna for 20 minutes, your life is good. You probably live in Sedona.
That's all I do.
Can I say something that's gonna cost them? I have a sauna and a steam room in my building.
All right, we'll go. I'm down.
That's so sick.
Bro, the steam room I was a big fan of last winter. It gets a little gnarly. I saw a dude who... So sometimes people come in there naked, very uncomfortable situation.
Where they come from their apartment all the way down naked?
Wait, you don't go naked?
No, not in the community.
The only way to go is naked.
No,
I'm going in a full suit.
No.
Is it all men?
Yeah, well, it's not even
fucking
naked.
better be.
It's not naked with a towel. It's like bare ass on the fucking.
Oh well, you sit on a towel. You got to wrap a towel on.
No, bro.
He's saying sans towel.
Sans towel, raw dog, and sitting there.
Ball sack to cedar.
And So I had a couple of those instances where I didn't say anything because I don't know the culture. You know, I'm new. I'm 3 years there now, but at the time I wasn't. And I just left politely. But then I walked in there one time and I saw a dude pull down his Speedo and he was like standing above the steam jet and letting the steam hit him directly in the butthole.
Whoa.
And it was like...
Was he hard?
I don't know.
That is kink, dude.
That's insane. That's insane in so many different ways.
It was a lot. It wasn't like a hot piper just going up in there, but I could see how it feels good, but it was just like...
This isn't your house, man.
The brashness of the exhibitionism, I haven't been back since.
Yeah, it's a little yucky
we could go,
too.
dude.
Yeah, no, but I'm down.
If it's a group, you feel safer. There's safety numbers.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have to do a week or something where we sauna and see what the results are.
Now,
this is our boy.
Chet Hanks, the fastest rise to a 405 squat. This is Tom Hanks' son.
Yeah.
Very soon after this, he blew his back out.
Oh, wow.
Also, we have to. Also, this is just look at his form. It's not. I'm not some form Nazi, but like.
Oh.
It's not great.
Oh. So you see, he's dipping on this left side. What Chet has is what I have, which is a very tight piriformis muscle. What Chet needs to do is some split squats and some mobility work, like we're gonna do with you, to get loosened up.
Yeah. You got to get malleable first. Then you build strength on top of malleability.
That's what these over toes guys is all about.
People try to do it the other way around, and it's like, it's hard. It's too difficult.
I don't really stretch at all.
I'm not saying stretch. I'm saying being pushed around in jiu-jitsu mats.
Yeah, I'll do it. Listen, I'll beat your ass.
Diego's a perfect athlete. Like the one thing that's incredible watching him is he's very flexible. He's insanely motherfucking strong, and he never gets tired. I've never seen anything like it.
Thank you so much.
I believe that, and I'll never, ever get in the octagon with anybody for any reason, for any amount of time, because you would just be like, my bones sick. No. Never. Even to like fuck around, I won't do it.
No, yeah. the fucking around thing is where people get hurt because it's I've had like friends come into the mats and stuff like that, and like I want to do it. I'm like, okay, and I'm being very nice and I'm going slow and gentle, and then they go full clip, and they don't realize that like in grappling and fighting, it's the thing where like they'll say in kitchens where the most dangerous tool in the kitchen is a dull knife.
Yeah.
People that are new and don't know what they're doing are super dangerous. Not in a good way. They're dangerous to themselves and to the person they're helping with.
Oh, I'm scared.
Yeah. So it's like you fucking twist wrong and hurt yourself. I'm like, oh great, now I hurt my friend.
Yeah.
No, it's not good.
Do you have them sign a waiver before they come?
We should. Sometimes I don't. I'm just like, hey, be cool, man. Don't be a fucking ass.
All right, let's get some words of wisdom.
For a person who's become addicted to chaos and who thrives in it,
not
because
blinking.
they become comfortable in it.
Is he in Little St. James filming this?
I think he's in Marina Del Rey.
Stillness, everything just being good, everything's chill. The work, the work that's not glamorous, but that has to be done and is fulfilling, that does draw you closer to God, to Source, to a spiritual life. For us, this path at first seems like foreign. It seems like unnatural. We don't know how to just exist when everything's chill, when there's no chaos, when everything's
What do you boys
just
think?
good. That's
I think you should never take advice from someone who's never had to work in their life. Shut the fuck up.
It's somewhat easier to have stillness when you have a couple $100 million. It is to have
That's
stillness.
his dad's money.
You're in the mall.
Chet's a self-made
You're in the
man.
mall. He loves Chet.
Self-made in the way that everyone hates him on the internet. Yeah, he made that for himself. He started at 100 and now he's at 98. You're like, all right.
I feel like that's like a speech he gives his girlfriend when she's like 10 minutes late to dinner. He's
Chet
like,
doesn't have a
you're used
girlfriend.
to chaos. Whoa, really?
Checkmate. Yeah, dude, this is classic rich person word salad. You're saying nothing and you're trying to get a very simple point across that doesn't need to be put across because you want to get attention on the internet.
Now,
Yeah, I'm pretty much from there.
I want to say something quick before we get out. Last point. I find this very interesting. You talked about fitness influencer, fitness coaching. There's a very dark side to selling things that are actually positive for you. So I'm looking to parlay this into actual business to make me some money, right? And I took a seminar from the Nutritional Coaching Institute. Had a lot of good ideas, right? Number one is when you first come out and you're starting a coaching business, you say, I'm going to give 3 to 5 people lifetime coaching for $5,000 each. Whoa. So that's lifetime, right? I'm yours for the rest of your life. I will always coach you if you give me a $5,000 payment to help me start my business.
Okay.
Now, that seems really good.
Yeah.
And he was just like, you know what, guys? It's not that much. It's not that much money when you think about it. You're worth it. You're offering them a service. Invest in yourself. Tell them to bet on you, right?
Yeah.
But then as you keep going, like some of the tactics that he's described in building the business, it is a sales tactic where he's just like, now we've got them in the mousetrap.
Yeah.
Now they can't get out. And that's what you should watch for. If whether you get coached by me or anybody else, when it feels like you're being sold, you're being sold. And that dude probably doesn't look out for you. This guy went on to say, we know that people don't end up using 75% of the shit that they buy on the internet, but that doesn't fucking matter. It's about them buying from you. So that's the shit that is like foul about this business.
Yeah. So
it's hard to make a business and not end up feeling like you're selling something that's going to take a like it's like you're selling something good.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're selling, right? And if you are trying to be successful as a seller, you have to dilute the product or push the product that people don't necessarily want or need it too much.
And put it in some fancy shit like you were talking about.
Yeah.
I'm going to, the movements are all the fucking same, but I'm going to make it with a band this week so that you think that my program's on some hot shit.
Absolutely. The first thing I tell when I've coached some kettlebell people that like to teach them kettlebells. I'm like, the first thing I want to get across is like, I want to teach you so you don't need me.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do. I want to teach you these 5 things and then you figure out for yourself, but I don't want you to need me anymore.
Right.
And that's sincere and it's terrible business, but I'm not a businessman. I never want to be a businessman. I just want to help people and do the things that I really enjoy doing.
That's
why
what it's
I have
all about.
4 roommates.
no doubt. Well, it's your life sucks, but your money might suck, but your life rules.
Yeah, that's truly
as a married man with a child, I'm jealous of you. You're doing great. You're doing great things.
Thanks, buddy.
You're the host of A Little Time with
podcast.
our friend Mike Abruzzi.
Mike Abruzzi, the king.
Anything else you want to plug before we get out of here?
Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at this Diego Lopez. I do on TikTok what's called Nihilift, which is just like kettlebell joke stuff. And then I just started No Violence, KNOW, which is just on my Instagram, which is me critiquing street fight.
Really great.
I love it.
Thank you.
Love it.
I appreciate that.
Thanks, man. That's all I got.
That's it. Follow our socials. Go to the link in our bio.